I'm back with another album review. It's been a while since I reviewed anything by Nine Inch Nails, and today's review is on The Slip, aka Halo 27. It's the seventh studio album by Nine Inch Nails, and it's a follow-up to Ghosts 1 through 4. The Slip was originally going to be an EP, but expanded into an album. Personally, I think it works better as an album. The recording took place over the course of 3 weeks in April 2008. The album was produced by Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross, and Alan Moulder. Trent helped Rob Sheridan with the art direction, in addition to performing most of the instrumentals. Josh Freese was on drums and programming. Robin Fink was on guitar and electronics. And Alessandro Cortini provided additional guitar, bass, electronics, keyboards, synthesizers, and programming. Alan Moulder mixed and engineered the album. Atticus Ross and Michael Tiller helped out with the engineering. Brian Gardner mastered the album at Bernie Grundman Mastering in Hollywood. Steve Brandon was responsible for the room tuning. The album was originally released digitally on May 5th, 2008 on the band's website. The physical versions were released on July 22nd of the same year on the Knoll Corporation. It was manufactured and distributed by Red Distribution. The album does contain much of the band's signature industrial rock and electro-industrial sound, but also contains elements of hard rock, and even alternative dance to an extent. Now let's talk about the songs. The intro to this album is 999,999. This track is fully instrumental and is essentially the setup for what's about to come next. The next track is 1 Million. The lyrics seem to be about someone not feeling anything and taking their own life. To say that this song is dark would be an understatement. Granted, Nine Inch Nails have a long track record of making songs with dark themes. After that is Letting You. The lyrics seem to be about corrupt politicians getting away with doing shady shit. Of course, that's nothing new because it still happens even nearly 15 years since this album was released. Trump is an exception because that fucking dickhead was recently indicted prior to this video being uploaded. Next up is Discipline, which is the only single from this entire album. The single was released on April 22nd, 2008, and it was the very first single to come from the Knoll Corporation. Trent Reznor himself distributed the song to radio stations. I would say this is my favorite song from this album, and it makes sense why the song in particular was released as a single to begin with. Up next is Echoplex. I would say this is my second favorite song from this album. I really like the title. We followed up with Head Down. I think Trent Reznor wrote the lyrics about his frustration with Interscope Records and all the shady shit that they've done over the years. Honestly, I think it's for the best that he parted ways with Interscope to begin with. And the fact that he has his own record label means that he doesn't have to worry about any corporate pigs telling him what to do. That's followed up by Lights in the Sky. It appears that the lyrics are about watching someone drown, that the person in question ends up dying as a result. The following track is Corona Radiata, which is fully instrumental. The second to last track is The Four of Us Are Dying, which is another fully instrumental track. The finale of this album is Demon Seed. It appears that the lyrics are about a seed being inside of someone, that the person in question ends up losing their shit. One thing I need to mention is that the limited edition of this album has a bonus DVD containing 5 rehearsals of songs from the album. The songs in question are 1 Million, Letting You, Discipline, Echoplex, and Head Down. These rehearsals had Trent Reznor on vocals, guitar, keyboards, and electronics. Justin Meldal-Johnsen on bass, synthesizers, and backing vocals. Josh Freese on drums and programming. And Alessandro Cortini providing additional guitar, electronics, keyboards, synthesizers, programming, and backing vocals. And as you can see, my copy has that bonus DVD. Now, Michael Angelos produced the rehearsals. Rob Sheridan was the director, the operator, and one of the camera operators. The other camera operators were Simon Thurloway, Hilton Goring, Dan Bombell, Ethan McDonald. Simon was also the director of photography. Mike Damaris managed the whole thing. The mixing was done by Michael Toller and Ken Andrews. Tom Baker did the mastering. When researching this album, I read that it peaked at number 13 on the US Billboard 200, number 1 on the US Independent Albums, number 3 on the US Top Alternative Albums, number 1 on the US Top Dance/Electronic Albums, and number 3 on the US Top Rock Albums. The album was received very well from critics since it has a 78 on Metacritic. Hell, even Rolling Stone and Pitchfork gave it positive reviews, even though I've ranted multiple times at how much ass those publications suck. Now for my thoughts. While I don't find this album to be quite as good as Ghosts 1 through 4, it is a very good album on its own. The 15th anniversary of this album is next month at the time of me making this review. I don't know if Nine Inch Nails will do anything to celebrate it, but only time will tell. I highly recommend this album. I can guarantee you that Luna and Octavia would love this album, which is why I have them right next to me. Now's the part where I question you. Have you listened to The Slip? If so, what do you think about it? What's your favorite song from it? How do you think this album compares to Ghosts 1 through 4? How do you think Luna and Octavia would react to this album? Let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to press the notification bell to notify future videos. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon with another video.